Oh my god. That's awesome. That is me on my own. Wow. Well guys, first of all I'd like to wish you all a happy Christmas and hope you enjoy yourselves and you're having a good new year. I'm out at my village for 2 nights. Boxing Day today. The water table is, as you can see, completely saturated. So this is a lot like swamp camping. The 2-story shelter is flat. As a matter of fact, at least 30% of the village is damaged, so it's not that bad. The big one's flat, but that's firewood now. So yeah, I'm going to move the fire pit and get my hammock set up over there in the cluster of trees. But I'm also being very cautious because this tree is down, and that's not good. It's quite a tall tree, but so I have my fire lit now. Moved it from down there to where the water is to up here where it's dry, and raised it up on 2 flagstones, so it's instead of a pit it's a raised fire now. Should help it burn and sustain through the night a lot better. I lit the fire first just to see where I'm going to put my hammock because I haven't decided yet. I might put it over the water where the other bit was and build like a little sort of raised jetty underneath my hammock. I don't know yet. I'm going to get a brew on the go with my little stove and leave that fire to proper bite into the wood. Stopped raining, and one of the there's actually the tree. There's the tree that's actually down in the village. So I had shelters attached to that. So yeah, that's where everything's gone. So there, pretty much. But no, I've potted around for about 2 hours now, as you can tell by the length of the time my fire's been burning. Got a nice little lantern this week. I don't normally carry one, but thought I'd get it and just give my head torches a break around camp. My food bag, that's one of the beds that were already here on my raised moss bed, which is still good. So yeah, I've got my tarp in my bag down there. I have my 3.5 by 3 tarp up. It's the only one I can really fit here inside this little section. I've got the works inside my hammock. I've got my DD underquilt. I've got another brand new sleeping bag this week because I burst a zip on the other week. So yeah, a Christmas gift to myself. A nice thick sleeping bag. So yeah, I'm enjoying my fire. Still haven't made myself a brew. I've just been going around cleaning up, and also I had a rubbish bag hanging from a tree that we're going to take that I forgot last time, and it kind of got spread around, so I was kind of litter picking my own stuff, if you know what I mean, just because I don't want my litter being around here. It's like we've got a tarp in that shelter there to collect. So yeah, the ground, as you can see over here, I've built my fire on a higher area which is dry, but as you go down the little slope, that is pretty much the old fire pit, and underneath the other half of my hammock I managed to get my hands in there, and that's the A-frame I pulled down for just to lay the moss on the ground, start drinking up some of this water. The entire back end of the village is gone again. My 3 small teepees are still good. 2 stories gone. Again, this little A-frame, sorry, lean-to, is good, and a nice little raised area to keep my kit dry. I'm just worrying about these other trees because they're rocking about like they're in a mosh pit. I don't want any more of them to come down, so if that one can come down, others can. So I just did my first coffee on my fire. Saves me wasting my gas on my stove. Sorted! So since it's quite early yet, it's like 10:30, 11 o'clock, I'm going to get myself some salmon on, a burger on, some nice salad, and just chill out by my fire for the rest of the night, I think. Tinfoil parcel for this bad boy, underneath the fire. Turn it out in about 5 minutes and it'll be ready. I'm really looking forward to trying out this new sleeping bag tonight. Like, not going to use my softies or that, just the sleeping bag and the underquilt and that. See how it goes. I'll give you a better look tomorrow. I'm liking my little lamp too. Gives off a lot of light in my cooking area. I've just put the burger on. Salmon is almost done. Just got myself a little bit of the old macaroni cheese there to have too. Sort of like a little buffet. I love my little makeshift kitchen. Burger's been turned. Also just turned the salmon again. Quick flick over and take it off. Macaroni is doing nice. Don't want to burn the cream sauce. Just got it on a light little the end bits of wood. Salmon's not ready. It's hellish cooking it. It's like mud on one side of my fire. I'm good here though. Salmon's ready, and my burger's ready, and also my macaroni's ready. So yeah, I'm gonna plate up over here. Haha, it speaks for itself really. What a feast. Nice little salmon salad, macaroni, burger. Oh yes, feast time. Fire's raring now because of this birch. Something we've got lots of here. I'm just having my coffee and then I'm going to head to bed, I think. Tidied up my kitchen. Just put the camp beds I've salvaged up there. And that's me for tonight. I've dawdled around and had a good tea, and I'm ready for bed. We'll catch you all in the morning. Oh, slept like a baby, and it is a beautiful day. Nice and sunny for a change, with no rain. Woo! Morning. Oh, I love this sleeping bag. Look at that for such a clear blue sky day. Last night I had to put this like sort of jetty down because there's like a massive huge sort of hole there where the old fire pit used to be. It's like sort of a sinkhole. It's like waist deep, so I've put these things over it so I don't get up in the middle of the night for a pee and fall down it. So I keep an eye on what I'm doing. Quite a deep hole. Shock of my life when my foot went in it last night. So there's my camp for last night and tonight. There's the 2-story right there. Just a big pile of moss and sticks. Unfortunately, can't be helped. Sun's out. A little jetty over my sinkhole. Fire's blaring away. One good thing about all the wood around, lots of nice dry birch to burn. It's the old wall, it's just completely fallen down. So I've just mussed myself in there, all the way to the side. Quite a nice little spot, if I do say so myself. This A-frame is probably, this lean-to, sorry, is the one that's probably lasted the longest without damage. They are just full of holes and ripped to bits with the wind, like. Just drying the tips of my gloves. It is a beautiful morning though, it makes a change. Got the old morning coffee on. Just my little compact stove, just because I want to keep the fire raging for a bit longer, just so I can get plenty of hot ashes in it. Just because I'm starting to get marshy around the fire pit now with walking on it, so I don't want my fire to succumb to slushiness. I bet you can't guess what I'm having for breakfast. Bacon cheese rolls. Bacon's looking mighty epic this morning. Bacon's done. I'm just toasting off my cheese rolls now. It's hot. It's real hot. Oh yes. There we go, people. Bacon cheese rolls again. I love them. And if you try them, you will love them too. That's one of the trees that's fell down, and that's what I think's disrupted the two-storey shelter, because I had one of the main TP beams on the root of this, so obviously when it came up, it's just went like that. But yeah, surprisingly, the floor's still intact. It is the second floor is actually still intact. Like, I think it's because I bound it so well that it's just stayed there. Just some tarps and stuff in there. I have to get them out before I go. So yeah, I think that's what's happened to the two-storey as the this tree's fallen. It's there's the main beam there. I just nudged it right over. Just tipped the whole thing. Sunny day anyways. Makes a change, yeah. Shame about that.
I would just like to address something while I'm here, before it all starts. I have a few people that comment and don't like the fact that I have quite large fires, and yeah, it's becoming quite irritating, because at the end of the day it's completely up to me, and yeah, there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. So if you don't like it, don't watch. But I'm not going to justify why I use big fires, because if you can't see why I use a big fire, then you're a bit retarded, personally, because yeah. Big fire to cook on, to keep warm. It's winter. Dry clothes. As long as you've got a wood supply for it, then what's the problem? A fire a little bit bigger than this would heat this whole area up by about 20 degrees with the moss shelters. So, you know, you have a smaller fire, it's not going to do the job. My grill is half the size of that fire. My oven is the other half the size of the fire, so yeah.
How awesome does that look? Like a little jetty underneath my hammock. The Hall of Doom. It is really obscenely deep. It's like, because I dug the fire pit in there, and then like obviously the fire pit was deeper, and because there was flagstones on the bottom, and it was like, so yeah, it's really deep. We do like a nice big fire. So yeah, I've got about the right amount of firewood now. Dragged in this tree here, just the top of a tree that's been booked, and yeah, it's dry as a bone, as you can see by the break. It's real dry. Yep, I pulled in all this too, and I might actually chop that fallen tree out, because obviously that's a nice bit of lumber. That be a nice cross beam for something. Real straight. There's new windmills over there too, I've not seen before. It's right in the next field. It's huge. All the trees are just bent over now with the wind. Apart from the big strong ones at the sides, which obviously are used to taking strong wind on their own, so that one's got a split limb. Mind the backs of some of these teepees have held up alright. It's like a moss carpet, this one. Still can't believe the floor's intact in that too. It's quite awesome. That is awesome. We're not walking for like 10 minutes now, and I just thought I'd come a little bit closer to this and see. It's epic. I assume that's some sort of mast from radio or phone or something like that. Every drainage tunnel around here is full. The village is there, that clump of trees. You can see how it catches the wind on its own, especially when it's normally in the centre of a woodland and it's not used to the wind at all. Tree snapped clean off halfway. See that? It's obviously just because it's been left standing and it's so skinny. It's concentrated its life more in shooting up to the canopy of the woodlands to get light, and then it hasn't paid much attention to strengthening its trunk because it didn't need to. And now it's been exposed. It's obviously broke. There's actually a few, there's another one there. The other one's the root systems. They haven't spread out the root systems because obviously they haven't been waving around mad like they've been doing now. Their root systems aren't as good. Heading back to camp. Get my fire stoked up and I then get some lunch on the go. We all know pine has short, shallow roots. They're spread out, but not far enough to stabilise the tree against the wind if it's left exposed. You can see how thin and shallow them roots are. It's just basically the surface. You know, that's the tree, there's the trunk there. So the root system just spreads out. Gary always tells me not to camp near pine if it's strong winds, because they've got thin roots. It's not a very thick root either. Close now. I'm home. Fire's getting puny. I'll stoke that bad boy up. So I'm just here enjoying the sunset, thinking about calling for lunch, and thinking about my roast turkey dinner. And I looked up, and if anybody sees X marks the spot, that's where my Christmas dinner is. just look up, see X marks the spot. I'm underneath that X marks the spot eating Christmas dinner. It's mental, that. So I'm just going to have a nice light lunch. I'm just going to have a sirloin in a roll, and I'm going to prepare for my large turkey meal tonight. Oh wow, that looks nice. There's my steak finished now. I've been dawdling around on some new framage. Put it outside there for now. Well, that's where it's going to stand. So you've got these two teepees and a further back teepee to protect the draft. So this triangle will be the door here. Like windbreaker teepees. It's trashed here, like. I've got a good decent bit over there for a teepee and a lean-to. And I'm just using my jetty to build these teepee frames at the back end. I'm seriously thinking about drilling, digging getting some big spades, a huge drainage ditch right through the centre and down there into the other drainage ditch. I think that's what's going to have to be done. And that's pretty much me got the shells up for the two back teepees. And the sun's gone down. Well, the sun's gone. Almost. So turkey is gone in the oven. I've got a turkey breast, and so yeah, it's a big turkey breast wrapped in bacon. I've stuffed it with sage and onion stuffing, and it's got a little couple of sprigs of rosemary up there too. So yeah, I'm going to roast this in my oven. The wind and rain's on now. See, these are kind of nice things. My chipolata's ready. My Brussels and my carrots all ready to go on. I've got an apple pie to cook. Some boiled potatoes. The turkey is cooking. It's not cooked, but it's cooking. I'll tell you one thing, cooking Christmas dinner in full Gore-Tex is not the most comfortable way to spend your evening. I've had to resort back to the old tinfoil lids because this has warped to the point where it's not holding heat in anymore, so I've ditched it and back to the tinfoil. All faithful. Hope a lot more. I've got everything pretty much on the go now. I'm going to chip a lot of sausages with bacon. My turkey's almost done. I've just put these pans on now, so yeah. Let me straighten back a little bit. Result, I've got a strip of fire there to keep the oven going. So really could do with a little bit bigger fire just to make it a little bit more comfortable. I'm not getting into that again. So my Christmas dinner is coming along nicely. So I've got my water on over here for gravy now. I've put all my veg potatoes into this zebra can. And they're just boiling slowly on their own, they're all ready. My chipolata sausages are cooked. Another bit of tin foil for these sausages to put them on the side now, just to keep them warm until everything else is ready. on a hot stone on the side there. That turkey is cooked to perfection. The result. Right, I'm going to plate up and completely show off my Christmas dinner. So, since I'm in the woodland and I can do pretty much whatever I want, I've tinfoiled a stump for my plate. And it's just started to rain, so I might have to move the stump. So I have my turkey and stuffing there, my pigs in blankets, slightly burnt, my potatoes and veg, and I've got half a joint of turkey left over. And I have got gravy with a skin on it. I'm just going to put it over everything, chow down. The apple pie's in, starting to brown off. Not quite ready yet, about another 15 minutes maybe. Nice full moon. Bright too. That is my apple pie, cooked to perfection. Looking forward to a slice of that. In the meantime, I've been turned the village into a massive building site. It's epic. I'll show you what I did in the morning. It's quite a substantial different change and a lot of framage up. Yep, be interesting. Nice raging fire to finish my night off, I think. I'm absolutely pitted. Oh yes, the 2-story is back up in a different location, along with 5 other teepees. What can I say? Get bored just sitting around, I've got to keep busy. That's me for another day. We'll see you all in the morning. Oh, lumberjacks are out this morning. I think they're over there on the rim, on the side doing trees. Quite windy. This one TP frame, new frame I built last night. Another one, another one, another one, another one, and I started to get the 2-story back up too. Built a little drainage thing. Start draining off a lot of this water. It's gone down from like here, so it's quite good. If I bring my spade next time, go a lot deeper, the better. The fire going, just hot ashes on there, just some dry twigs, and we're away. So 1 second, I'll get you a better view of this. Yeah, 2-story is starting to go back up. Then I have a cluster of smaller teepees. Pushed it back out the floodwater into the higher land, so when I get this drainage trench in all the way through the centre, then I can put a couple of bridges over it. Yeah, it's going to be a lot bigger than it was before. Slept like a baby again. Just got the kettle on. Probably put it on here in a second, like. Have a little space. It's going to look awesome once this rebuild number 4 is done. There's like a tiny shelter over there and all this over here. Yeah, doing this in the dark and seeing it in the daylight is just awesome. Staggered that one back a little bit so that these sides of these teepees will make 2 walls to that. It's quite awesome. So that's 6 teepees right there. Framage done. Just pine them next time we come and start getting all these piles of moss. Just chuck it in front of them. I'm going to start packing up. I got my morning coffee on the go. I finished it off on the fire. Where was it? It's all there. I'm still confused. I've only woke up not long since. I've got my sleeping bag away and my underquilt off now. Just last tidy up and then I'm going to pack all the stuff away. Wait for Gary to text us. Yeah, all in all a brilliant trip. Got lots done, got my Christmas dinner done, enjoyed it. Started drainage, started all the teepee builds. Gonna start pining and mossing next week when I'm here. And get the drainage in, I think. And chill. It's a little bit skewy at the top there, see. It's dark and it's building for you. I'm all 100% packed up now. Gary said he'd be here in 20 minutes, so I'm gonna give my fire a second, finish my coffee, and use my cup to scoop that water out of there and put it on the fire to put it out. Just because I don't want to leave a lit fire. It's just too flammable. So that's pretty much where I was camping. That back end teepee there still standing, and all this lean-to. So that wasn't that bad. One little bit out of all of it is not too bad at all. And I've got my new frames up now, so I'm good. I'll have it done in no time. And from me, guys, we'll catch you all next week. Peace out.